I turned down my first piece of bread at 7. By 9, I tended to choose salads over burgers when my parents stopped at fast food places. I often left food on my plate, and my family couldn't understand why. After all, I was a growing girl, they'd say. But I wasn't growing. I didn't want to grow. At 13, my doctor told my mom that I was in the lowest 10% of my weight range. He said he was concerned because I had shown no real weight increase in nearly 2 years. My mom spent the next half hour convincing him I was just a picky eater, comparing me to my normal sister to shun any judgment that she might be a bad parent. By 16, I shaved my head. My parents grounded me for 2 whole months, but it was the only way I could hide the patches of hair that were falling from my scalp with each regurgitation. I knew that what I was doing was wrong, but I needed to be as light as a feather. I could hear Miss Tammy in my ear. Be light on your feet, Simone. Light. Glide. I shouldn't hear you step. I was one of the best, but I needed to be the best. I practiced hard. I'd given up many weekends for this. That day, I felt like a fairy, gliding along the floor. I could feel Miss Tammy and others watching me. They were watching in amazement. My fellow dancers were often awed by my dedication, my expertise, my perfection. My body moved so elegantly to the elaborate composition of Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. I could feel the vibration shoot from my feet to my fingertips with every twirl. I flew through the sky like a butterfly with each leap. I felt so light and carefree. My heart sped up with each minute of the song. Be light on your feet, Simone. Light. Glide. Don't let them hear you step. All of a sudden, it was cold. Really cold. I was no longer moving. The brass instruments were replaced with the sound of screaming babies. Instead of an opening glissando, I could hear the repetitive echoing of my IV dripping. I tried to lie back calmly. Just as I started to doze off, I could hear the doctor tell my parents the words all of us knew, but none of us wanted to acknowledge. Your daughter has a problem.